Okay, it is 5 o'clock on the West Coast here. I want to say hello and welcome you to those of you who are joining as attendees. This is for newly admitted master students to the Masters of Science program in Analytics. Thank you so much for joining. My name is William Schwerin, Director of Things at the USC Viterbi School of Engineering. Really delighted to be joined today by Professor Acosta. We have a couple of current students joining. It's going to be a great webinar, and I really hope that those of you joining, you're newly admitted. We know that you have questions and are curious to learn more about this program. So I'm going to go through some slides, hand it off to our expert, Professor Acosta, to take over, and then we'll have plenty of time for some questions, and then stay tuned for our panel. We have two current students joining us, as you can see on the screen, Mernal and Jing, and they're gonna be here to answer questions. I'm gonna throw questions at them, fire away. They're gonna answer our current student panel questions. So, and one of them is actually alum, so it's kind of a misnomer, but I do want to welcome my current student panel as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna share my screen and get started. So hopefully you now can see this. Congratulations on your admission. All right, so welcome to the Trojan family. It's what we like to say around here. We're part of the University of Southern California. Obviously, you know who we are. We just have this slide here. This is our beautiful Tommy Trojan in front of Bovard Auditorium. And being a part of the Viterbi School of Engineering, you know, you're really going to be part of engineering a better world for humanity. At the university, we have about 44,000 total students, okay? Now, of those 44,000 total students, believe it or not, we actually have more graduate students than undergrads. We have about 24,000 total graduate students. We are a private institution, just in case you were wondering. And now, of the graduate student population, a lot of those are part of our Viterbi School of Engineering. We actually have, I think, the highest number of graduate students at the university, with over 6,000 graduate students. So those are students earning their master's or PhD in engineering or computer science, which is phenomenal. There you see our rankings. We have, you know, obviously top faculty, one of whom has joined us today, and a lot of research is taking place. So you're really part of a community here, and I want to emphasize that. So you're not just a number, you're going to be part of a really thriving community that has a lot of resources available for our students. Now, USC is kind of located really central in Los Angeles. So Los Angeles is a big city. It is a large metropolitan city that offers a lot, I think, for a young student doing their undergrad and grad programs here. We're in an area that is really a global hub for innovation, as the slide says. I'm sure all of you know and have heard of Silicon Valley, which is located actually in Northern California. We actually have something in Southern California called Silicon Beach. I like to think that all those top tech companies in Silicon Valley realized that the landscape was pretty nice down here in Southern California, especially near the beach. And so they all opened up business and offices down here as well. So you can kind of see relative to where we are, where a lot of these top tech companies are, as well as other higher ed institutions, as well as some of our research centers such as ISI and ICT. Just to give you kind of a sense. And what's really nice is because of that, you know, a lot of our students, when they go for internships or employment, they don't have to go far in that sense to maybe go on an interview. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, speaking of interviews and careers and internships, this is just a quick snapshot slide that I have of where some of our students have gone on to earn positions. And then you can see in terms of California, it's really the top state with the highest employment level for a lot of these data analyst type positions. and that is according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. So I'm not just saying that. We do cite our work. We have an employment outcomes page that we are in the process of updating with the latest data. So look for that page probably in the next week or so to have the latest data, but we have it from, I think, a couple of years ago still. Now, in terms of, I mentioned you're part of the Trojan family and our Trojan family community. And I mentioned our student population. We really are delighted that, we have both international and domestic students within the university, as well as specifically in our School of Engineering, where we have students from over 60 different countries enrolled. So we're a very diverse student population at the graduate level. One opportunity that you as a newly admitted student have is to chat with some of our current graduate student ambassadors. I really want to emphasize this point. It is a really great tool that we have. It's a platform that we plug into our website where we partner with a company called Unibuddy, and they provide kind of the platform background behind it. But we have current Viterbi Masters student ambassadors who really just want to give back and share their experiences. I highly encourage, if you have not had the opportunity to check this part of our website out, please do, because these students have been in your shoes before. They were admitted to more than one program. They know what it's like to go through that selection process and really come down to making their decision. Obviously, they are enrolled here and are current students, so they found housing. So they've kind of checked all those boxes off when it's time to make that decision. So they're your peers, and they definitely want to provide information as best they can. We're delighted that actually we do have a couple of, as I mentioned, current students who have joined, and they'll be able to share as well, and I'll have questions for them later. Speaking of questions, I kind of want to pause for a second, because I did neglect to let you know that if you have questions, that's great. We do ask, if you have a question, please ask in the Q&A option on your Zoom chat toolbar. Okay, so you'll see a chat in the Q&A. Please use the Q&A option within the toolbar for any questions that you may have. Now, in terms of exploring USC and what the campus is like, we have a phenomenal campus tour that you have the opportunity. You can jump to certain parts of campus. We have some parts of the engineering school featured, some parts of campus featured, some of our research labs featured. You can definitely take a look at that, as well as learn about resources, student safety information and resources. For any international students who are joined us today, thank you so much. I know the time difference can be jarring at times. We have an international student support service office strictly for the international students. There you see at the bottom, ois.usc.edu. Please do refer to them as well. A couple more things before I hand it off to Professor Acosta. Deadlines. You should all know these deadlines. For the international students joining, please note, if you have yet to submit your financial documentation, April 15th is the deadline to do so. If you have already submitted that and are an international student, or if you're a domestic student, the deadline to submit your statement of intent is May 1st. So you do have some time. We ask as soon as you find out or have made a decision, please do let us know. But you do have until May 1st to submit your statement of intent, and $500 commitment deposit online via the USC portal, okay? So the reason I say or encourage you to let us know the sooner, as soon as you make your decision to submit that statement of intent, is because then our current student affairs office will start sending you information about resources, orientation, our mentorship program, webinars that they plan to have, information about housing options, things of that nature. So just know that once you submit the statement of intent, then we have our student affairs office who will then contact you with that information to help again you along your path. So this is just contact information for our office. There you see just viterbigraduadmission.usc.edu/contact. We are on a couple of social channels. USC Engineer is our Instagram handle. Please go ahead and follow us and give us a like on our Facebook page, should you wish to do so. But enough of me. I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Acosta now. I will stop sharing my screen. Dr. Acosta, the court is yours, so please feel free to take it away.
All right, William, thank you very much for the introduction. Hello, everyone. It's very nice to see you. Let me share my screen at this time. Just a second, I'm setting up my screen. Okay, so let me say it again. Congratulations to everyone and welcome to USC. I'm very happy to have you in the group of accepted students to our program. Being accepted means that you have the background, you have the skills, and you have the attitude we are looking for our students to succeed in the career in data science and analytics. And I hope that today's session will help you clarify most questions you may have in relation to the many programs that we have in USC related to data science and analytics. As usual, we hope you will enjoy your stage at USC. I'm sure you will give value to what you will learn during the time you spend with us in Los Angeles, and definitely the principles that you will learn will make you boost your career. So we look forward to meeting you soon in the coming summer or in the coming fall. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Program Director of the Masters in Analytics from Viterbi School of Engineering. Our master's program is one of the newest programs in Viterbi. It was started in 2014, and right now is the third largest program in terms of applications. We have this fall term, 2022, more than around 1,800 applications. And so we are very busy selecting the best set of students to be admitted, and you are already there. You are one of those students that have been admitted. And so today I would like to give you a brief introduction to some details on the program and clarify whatever question you may have. Let me start by describing the school, then the program, the students, and how to do the job search. Most students, their focus is on this last topic. They come here because they want to find a job, starting with an internship, following by a full-time job. So I will discuss that in a minute. So as William said, we are located at the heart of Los Angeles. This is not on downtown, but it is close to downtown. And that is an advantage if you are looking to find a job, if you are looking at an internship. This city is not big, it is huge. And so you may want to be close to the place where the best employers are. And most of them are in downtown. So there are other areas in Los Angeles as well that will give you that benefit. One of them is Silicon Beach, where there are many big tech companies as well. We will discuss that later. So we have more than 45,000 students. And as you can see, we have more graduate students than undergraduate students, which is kind of particular for USC, as opposed to other schools like Caltech, for example, in which undergraduates are a larger student body than graduate students. In Viterbi School of Engineering, we have 8 academic departments. One of them is ISE, or Industrial and Systems Engineering. Industrial and Systems Engineering department offers a number of master's programs. One of them is the Masters in ISE. There are others like the Masters in Operations Research, the Masters in Engineering Management, and other Masters. Analytics is one of them. We have a faculty of around 30 faculty members in our department. The numbers that are here are for all Viterbi School. And I think William gave you a brief overview of how the numbers are for the last year, 2020, I believe. So let me dive in more detail to our program. Our program is oriented or is designed for graduates looking for a career in data science and analytics. Data science and analytics are very much related, and to some extent they overlap. The students are trained in 2 large sets of methods, machine learning and statistical learning methods. The idea is to discover meaningful information from the data. By this, I mean information that is not obvious, but can be found following the methods that we learn in our classes. The program is going to provide you with the background, the computational skills, and the practical projects in data science and analytics in your areas of interest. These areas includes applications in financial analytics, business intelligence, text analytics, consulting in data analytics, prescriptive analytics, and more, as I will discuss in a moment. This is the program. The program is a 30-unit program. To some extent, students ask me a few questions, and one of those questions is about if they can finish the program in 3 semesters. Why? Because they want to start working as soon as possible. Well, the answer is yes. You have to complete 10 courses, 3-unit courses, because the program is 30 units. And all our courses at this time in our department are 3-unit courses. That is planned to change after 2023, in which all courses in our department, ISE, and well, in Viterbi, are going to become 4-unit courses. And at that time, the program will change slightly. So the students have to take the required courses, which are 7. 4 of them are on the left-hand side, and 3 of them are on the right-hand side. The required courses that are mandatory are 559, DSCI, 529, Predictive Analytics, 530, Optimization, and 535, Data Mining. From the right-hand side, we have grouped our courses in 2 sets, what we call Group A and what we call Group B. From Group A, you must choose 1 course. From Group B, you must choose 2 courses. And then you have the option to select 3 electives. If you want to take additional courses from Group A or from Group B, you can take them as 1 or more from your set of electives. You can also take electives from other departments or from other schools. Most popular schools are Marshall School of Business and Computer Science Department from Viterbi School of Engineering. So from Group A, you can choose Integrative Analytics, Data Consulting, and Performance Analysis with Simulation. These courses are in Group A, and they are grouped because they have in common that they have to work out a capstone project that is a final project that is supposed to be comprehensive. Group B courses are courses that will allow you to specialize in a particular topic. If you are interested in analyzing financial data, we strongly suggest you to consider financial analytics. Many students like to take text analytics, where they will learn different methods to analyze text data as opposed to numeric data. We have a course in business intelligence, which is based on SAS. We have a course on performance analysis with Markov models for students that are mathematically oriented. We have a course in decision analysis. And the electives, let me discuss the electives in a moment. Now let's talk about the students that we currently have. We have students from very different backgrounds. They come from, for example, information technology, information systems, different majors from engineering, students that come from business, different majors from business, from economics, from finance, math, accounting, and computer science. On average, students that arrive in the fall 2021 have 24, they are 24 years old, 53% are females, and 88% are international. Where are they working? They are currently working in tech companies, consulting, healthcare, startups, services like e-commerce, banking, entertainment, airlines, etc. So we have a long list. Some of the companies in which they are working now: Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Amazon. Consulting, the big companies consulting: BCG, Boston Consulting, Deloitte, Price Waterhouse, Ernst & Young. We have students working at Credit Suisse, Capital Bank, Discovery. Students working in services, utility companies, SoCalGas, Southern California Edison, Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, and Northrop Grumman. And there is a long list. I cannot include that here. If you are interested in working, in doing a job search, we have career centers. Actually, we have two. The USC Career Center is a university-wide career center in which you can get help no matter from what school you come from. In addition of that, in our school, Viterbi School of Engineering, we have another career center, and the website address are here. Please take a look. Please visit those websites and feel free to contact me if you want to learn more. We have also a search engine called Connect SC. You can use it to find current openings in some employers that have already mentioned their interest in our students. So that is what we call Connect SC. So before I don't want to spend much time, I would like to let you spend the most of your time asking questions in case you want to do it. But before that, this is the kind of question that I most frequently receive. There are more than 12 programs across USC related to analytics and data science. And students usually ask me, what is the difference between this program, the Masters in Analytics, and the program that is called Masters in Business Analytics? Or what is the difference between our program, the Masters in Analytics, and the Masters of Applied Data Science that is offered by Computer Science Department at Viterbi School of Engineering? So I am going to answer those two questions right now. First of all, the Masters in Business Analytics is offered by the Marshall School of Business. It is a program with a focus on business applications. Therefore, the name Business Analytics. Their focus is on some particular computational tools like Microsoft Excel, SQL, R, data warehousing, and a little bit about Python. Their scope about statistics and math is rather limited. Their focus is on business. Now, you should know at this time, if you are applying to our program or related programs, that analytics and data science have a lot of common characteristics. They are analytics and data science at the intersection of computer science, math, statistics, and business domain. So the focus of the Masters in Business Analytics is the business domain. They have courses in statistics and math. They have courses related to computational tools, but they are rather limited because their focus is on business domains. For example, consulting. Now, what about the Masters in Applied Data Science? This is a program managed by Computer Science Department. Their focus is on computer science applications with a limited grasp on business applications. So the focus of this program is computer science, and as such, I mean computational tools. Their computational tool is mainly Python. So they try to do everything with Python. Most of their applications that they review throughout the program are related to AI and data streaming, mostly computer science applications. What is our program about? Our program is a nice combination, a nice balance in the three areas. Our students learn Python, R, SAS, MATLAB, SQL, and if they take more courses, they may be able to learn more computational tools. On the other hand, in the area of math and statistics, we review to some extent the fundamentals that are needed for data science and analytics in relation to math and statistics. For example, tomorrow I have a class of data mining. The method I will discuss tomorrow is naive Bayes. So I have to review the Bayes theorem, conditional probabilities. And then I will tell them how to do the exercise using R, because that course that I'm teaching tomorrow is based on R. We also have courses that are based on Python, definitely. And in terms of math, well, optimization is a main tool for many algorithms related to data science. So optimization is needed, but you should be clear that our program is not a theoretical one. This is not a master's in statistics. This is not a master's in computer science. What gives value to our program is the combination that we make of different tools to get insight from data and to apply machine learning methods and statistical learning methods to find ways to solve problems and to improve the system that we want to analyze. Another question that we have usually very frequently is if there are teaching assistants available. We have in our program around 20 courses that are offered every semester. There are many more courses. If you go to classes.usc.edu, and you will see that in our department, ISC department, there are many courses offered every semester, but they come from other majors. As I mentioned before, we have more than 10 master's programs. You are free to take those classes, but our requirement is if you want to become a TA, you have to take the class before, in advance, and you have to show very good performance. So if we have 20 courses offered every term, and usually the TA that was helping us one semester probably will continue helping us the next semester unless that TA is graduating. So let's suppose that there are 10 to 15 positions available for a TA. It may look good, but this fall semester we are expecting 200 new students, and many of them want to become a TA. You can see that the possibilities are rather limited. So it is good to have that possibility, but we cannot guarantee that you will have one of them. Okay, so this is contact information from the Viterbi admission and student engagement. If you have questions related to admissions or you need more clarification, please feel free to contact them. Otherwise, I will be very happy to answer your questions by email or during the time of this event. Thank you very much. William, I go with you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Acosta. That was great. And I love the questions that you provided, because those are so common that we receive. I do want to encourage those of you who are in attendance, if you have a question for Dr. Acosta, please feel free to ask in the Q&A. He provided an email, but we actually have an updated way to contact us, and I'm going to leave that in our chat right now. Should down the road after this webinar you need to reach out, please feel free to use the contact form that we have. I don't want to ignore my two panelists that have joined today. I do want to say hello and highlight them, because they are actually current, well, one current and one former analytics student, and who has graduated with his master's degree. So without further ado, Mernal and Jiang, I do want to welcome and thank you for joining today. This is what I'm talking about. You know, we have current student ambassadors who are giving back. And so just definitely, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I do have a couple of questions that I will ask them. But first off, I would like to ask for you to introduce yourself and talk about, you know, your hometown, your background, and if you could think back to the time when you had to make the choice, what kind of put you over the edge? Why did you choose to come to USC? Maybe Jiang, I'll start with you, and then Mernal, if you can follow.
Yeah, sure, my pleasure. Thank you, William. So I'm Jane, and I'm from China. And when I was chosen the programs, I chose analytics is because I want to learn some skills related to the data skills and something related to the statistics. And then I came here and become a student here, and I'm still a current student, master student here. So I have been teaching assistants here, and my goal is to apply for PhD degree. So currently, yeah, so my plan is like this. Yeah. And
what part of China are you from? Because we may have some guests today joining.
I'm in the southern China. So my homeland is in southern, my hometown is in southern China, but I got my bachelor degree in northern China.
Oh, okay. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Jiang. Thank you. Mernal,
Sure.
You've graduated, but
Yeah.
still are willing to come back. So thank you so much for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself, and in addition to, you know, maybe what made you choose USC, where are you now?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, William. So it's always great to be back to like inspiring other students. So myself, Mrinal Gupta, I am from New Delhi, India, and I completed my master's in analytics degree last year in May 2021, and I started that back in August 2019, and it was really an amazing journey for me because we basically encountered the COVID pandemic and how we were able to switch from the off-campus teaching to on-campus Zoom online, university, I would say. So it was a great journey, and the professors were great. And the reason I chose USC, because all the reasons that you have provided, because of the location advantage, the weather. I am from northern part of India, so the weather I'm used to is like hot and humid, I would say. So Southern California region provides that kind of similar weather. So I was really accustomed to that weather. So that's one of the reasons that I chose USC. In addition to the wealth of opportunities that you get from USC, the professors, like every professor is really welcoming, and they really know what to teach, how to teach it, and yeah, Professor Acosta would always be there for you, as he was there for me. And he was the reason that I got my first internship opportunity during the pandemic, where people were not, it was really getting difficult to get any kind of opportunity. So yeah, so I started my journey as an intern at Socal Gas in the data science department. And I worked there for about 1.5 years. And then I recently switched to Credit Suisse as a data scientist last year in November. And I've been on East Coast currently. So I'm currently working as a data scientist only. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations on the switch.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both for joining. I do want to encourage any questions for either Professor Acosta, Mrinal, or Jiaying. Please feel free to ask in the Q&A. I'll go ahead and start though. In terms of coursework, you know, going from undergrad to grad, I'm just curious, you know, how demanding did you find the coursework at first, making that next step up in your academic career? Either of you, you know, if you want to jump in and answer, yeah.
Yeah, so my background was in mechanical engineering. So I wasn't from the core computer science or programming area. So I am definitely sure that many students would be coming from a non-CS background, so who don't have programming experience. So this is the right course for you, definitely, because it provides you the foundations and all the learnings that are required in order to proceed in your career. So you will be learning Python, you will be learning R, SQL, everything right from scratch. So the coursework is really designed in such a great way that any person coming from a different backgrounds can really start in this field.
Great. Jiaying, what was your experience, you know, taking now graduate level courses?
So I have taken some courses related to data skills. So I think currently I'm familiar with Python and R language. And then with some statistic courses, math courses like optimization courses and like integral analytic and analysis courses, I got some math fundamentals. And what may be special for me is like I have taken some PhD level courses. So yeah, that helps me a lot. And I learned a lot of like mathematics course content there. So yeah, that's my experience. So I have learned something about data and data skills and math. And I have been the teaching assistant. So I think I also got some experience in teaching or helping others in that. Yeah.
Can I ask which class are you a teaching assistant?
It's Professor Acosta's course. It's one he just mentioned that he will have tomorrow.
Oh, very nice.
The class is data mining.
Data mining, very nice. Awesome. We did get a question that came in the chat. We had a couple questions. One about financial documents. I'll answer that separately on the side.
Yeah,
we're not able to look at your financial documents here, unfortunately. That's something that you can contact our office about. But we do have a question about internships and how difficult it is to land an internship in data analytics, and specifically if you're fresh or newer to the field.
Yeah, I can help you with that question, William.
Thank you.
This is a recurrent question very frequently in our pool of students. Obviously, they come here with many expectations, and probably the most important is to find a job. And before finding a job, they want to find an internship that will give them the experience they will need when the time comes to graduate and find a job. So that is pretty standard, right? So the idea is that if you are able to do the search the right way, you will find an internship, you will find a full-time job for sure. The problem is if you don't do it the right way, you can get lost. And the time is very short, actually. I mentioned before that you can finish the program in 3 semesters. If the student has to take 10 classes to graduate, they can take 3 classes each semester, 1 classes in one of the summer terms, and you are done in 1.5 years. The point is this, searching for a job is time consuming. And applying for a PhD, if you are not looking for a job, is also time consuming. If you don't trust me, ask Yijin. She just applied for the PhD, and I think it was a little bit time consuming. So you can ask her about that process. And if you want to ask how to find an internship or a full-time job, you can ask Marino. He has been he has that experience. So the point is the following. And to do that, I would like to share my screen one more time, if you don't mind.
That's great, thank you.
So now I am sharing my screen. And I go on to Google and I search for USCMS Analytics, right? And I go to our program, viterbiadmission.usc.edu. And this is our master's program. Now, what do you see here on the right-hand side? On the main topic here is a description of the program. I'm sure you already know that. You have, if you apply to our program, you have visited this page several times. Now you can see here that Merinal has a link. Merinal is today with us. I have the link of some other students as well. So what is this link about? They have their own website. So I click on Merinal website, and Merinal created this website on his own. He is describing his background, his experience, and everything. Now, not every student wants to do this. They rely on tools like LinkedIn. But the point is that everyone is doing the same thing. Everybody has an account in LinkedIn. Everybody has an account in GitHub. If you apply, why do you think you are going to be selected? Why do you think you are going to be hired? Is there a difference between you and many other applicants? Well, this is a difference. This is saying that Merinal is able to do something different than other students are not. He prepared this website showing his experience, his projects, and everything that he has done. Now, let me go back to the previous website. This is the program of Master of Science Analytics. Now, if you read this description, you will see that there is a link here that says the best jobs in America 2020. So I'm gonna click here. We will go to a second website from Glassdoor. I'm sure you know what is Glassdoor. So what are the best jobs in America in 2020? Let me double check here. Just a second. And the number, I'm talking about this paragraph that says, and the #1 best job in America is front-end engineer. And what is a front-end developer? Its focus is on created a website with some kind of particular functionality. So creating a website is going to give you an edge, the edge that a front-end engineer has. Front-end engineer dethroned data scientists as the best job in America after the 4-year reign of data scientists. And that was in 2020. So if you make a smart choice of your electives while at USC taking a class related to front-end engineering, for example, very simple, JavaScript. You learn JavaScript, which is the basics of building a website on your own. And then you can do whatever you want in your website because it's yours. It belongs to you. You can input your presentations, your videos, so that the hiring employer knows that you are able to communicate, to make presentations, and you can also upload your reports so that the employer knows that you are able to write a very powerful reports with the kind of analysis that you will learn in our program. Then the answer is very simple. You are going to find a job for sure. Now I am going to stop sharing. But if you just apply the way everybody is applying, it's not going to work because there is a lot of demand. There is a lot of competition out there. You have to make a difference between you and everybody else. I hope that was clarifying.
That was fascinating. I got a lot out of that, just learning that. I really hope that our attendees listen because I think that was really a great explanation that you provided. And Mrinal, if you can share how you ended up, maybe your personal experience in getting the position that you had at SCE, was it? Yeah, after you graduated, like the process that you went through personally.
Yeah, actually, that Southern California gas company job I got when I was in 3rd semester. So I joined as a part-time data scientist there. And so they were quite happy with my work until my graduation. So that's why they offered me a full-time position. So it was not a very usual way that I got the full-time job. It was just because of my work that they liked.
How did you get your internship?
Yeah, so getting the internship was the most hardest part, I would say. So I always used to reach out to all my professors, and especially Professor Acosta. So he knew me personally, and I had showed him my work and the website that I had made. So he had my name in his mind. So once another professor reached out to him that I have got this opportunity for entry-level analytics students who are currently studying now and not have graduated. So he reached out to me, and that's how I passed on my resume, and then I got the interview and the position as well. So that was my journey.
That's great. Thank you for sharing.
William, would you let me answer a question here?
Please do.
This is a question that is also very recurrent. The students say, my background is not much related to programming. Mm-hmm. And so I want to know if in our program, Masters in Analytics, are we going to do a lot of programming? And I am scary that may be difficult for me. And the question also applies for math. Some students think that we have a program that goes very deep into math and statistics. So the answer is the following. Yes, we are going to do some programming. This is not, you better not rely on a spreadsheet to do the kind of data models that we are going to do. We are going to learn a lot of computational tools. Some of them are programming based and some of them are not. But the kind of programming that we are going to do here is not the kind of programming that computer science students do. That is different. We are not going to get into object-oriented programming. We can, but it's not needed to do the data analysis and the data modeling that we need is not needed. So as long as you are focusing and following us class after class, you will be fine. And the reason I have that confidence is because we have had students with no programming experience. We have had students, for example, from accounting, and their background in programming is quite limited, and they succeed. The point is that you should not be afraid and you just follow, because we are going to build the skills on top of what you already know. The first part of the course, probably the first 2 to 3 weeks, we are going to make them as uniform as possible. So for students that have a lot of experience in programming, we ask them for a little bit of their patience, but then we will move forward, and that will be the case for Python, for R, and those languages are actually designed to make programming a lot much easier than if you want to learn, for example, C++, Java, or other kind of language like that. We are not going to get into those languages. There is no need, because the best tools today for data science and analytics are 2, Python and R. We are going to learn more like SQL, which is also quite simple. And in one of my classes right now, I'm using Arena, which you don't have to do any programming at all. So, and if you can expand your skills related to Microsoft Excel, that is going to be great as well, because some employers are using Microsoft tools like Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Power BI. And they want to do that, and they want to keep working with Microsoft, which is fine. And so it's good to have a pool of tools instead of working every course in the program with a single tool like Python. And at the end of your program, you graduate learning just one tool, which is very good, but nothing else. So that is going to limit to some extent your possibilities of being hired. Okay, so I hope that clarifies that question about programming and math. All right, William.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for saying that, because I know that it definitely was on one person's mind, and usually if one person is thinking it, a few others are as well. Our time has flown today, I just have to say, because we're less than 10 minutes from the top of the hour. So we're gonna finish up soon. I had one last question that I just wanted to ask Mrinal and Jeannie. What advice would you give future Viterbi students, like maybe something you didn't know that you wish you had known, or just any advice that you can give before we close out the webinar?
Yeah, sure, my pleasure. So I think the most important thing is like you need to know what you would like to pursue in your degree. I mean, whether you would like to have a job in the industrial, or you would like to have a higher degree, like a PhD degree in academics. So that is the most important thing, I think. Once you have a clear goal, then you shall make your detailed schedules, detailed plan, and you need to achieve things step by step. Then and also I think the program is very helpful. So you can learn, there are a lot of choices in the courses. So you can choose based on your plan. And you need to and the professors here are very helpful. They are very kind. I think Professor Acosta is a very nice, very helpful and responsible professor. So you can ask for him for some like advice or assistance or something else. So in total, my thoughts are there are a lot of chances, a lot of help, a lot of assistance here, but you really need to figure out what you want to have in the program. And then once you have the goal, once you have your plan, please just make your schedules and achieve them one by one, step by step. Then I believe in the end, you will achieve your dream, achieve your goal.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Jiying. Mrinal, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, so I would say designing your course, definitely what Jane said, that just make sure that you have made a plan that what courses you need to take in fall, what you want to take in spring, because some courses which are offered in spring, they are sometimes not offered in fall or vice versa. So definitely if you want to plan your courses and plan your courses in such a way that whatever courses have got projects, then take those courses prior to the other courses, so that when it comes to finding jobs or internships, then you have got something on your resume to show off. So that's one thing. And the other thing is like you should network more and more, like networking with your professors, networking with your peers, networking on LinkedIn. It's going to be really critical for you in order to find any opportunities.
Yeah, that's important. With regards to finding out which classes are offered spring compared to fall, would you recommend just the classes.usc.edu to reference?
Definitely classes.usc.edu, or alumni like us, just reach out to us and ask us whatever courses that we liked, or
okay.
we should suggest. Yeah.
Well, Professor, would you like to share any parting words? Sorry to put you on the spot. I think we'll close it out after.
Well, I just want to thank you and thank all the attendees for coming today. I hope this conversation was useful for them to make a choice and to get an idea of what is special in our program. And feel free to contact us anytime. My data is online. It's on the Masters in Analytics website. So I congratulate again. I say welcome, and hopefully I will see you soon in August. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
And also thank you, Mrinal and Jiying, for coming today. It is nice to see you, especially during this time. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. I think the professor said it best. We'll leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. We'll hopefully see you in the fall. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.